Hey you guys, it's Peter and welcome to my channel, Peter's Movie Reviews. Today I want to talk about The Great Flood, which is a 2025 Korean disaster. I don't know if I would call it a disaster movie, but it's a Korean disaster end of the world movie that is currently #1 trending in the United States on Netflix. I watched it last night. I was super excited about it. I could not wait to watch this movie. I have a lot of thoughts about this movie. I will tell you that I'm probably going to be spoiling this as I go. I don't even know that I understand it enough to spoil it for you. I was really hoping to just watch a very simple disaster movie, end of the world. Do they survive? Do they not survive? How do they make it? Where do they go? That was what I was hoping for last night. That was not what this movie was. This movie was very confusing to me. This movie had high aspirations, and I did not think that it worked at all. In fact, the first half of the movie, which felt very, very slow to me, is really the part that's about the disaster part of the movie. The second half goes into AI simulations and the importance of memories and love and emotion, and I was so confused by it, and I felt dumb watching this movie. Like, if you've ever watched a movie and you feel dumb, I felt dumb watching this movie. So, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like some people would love this movie. I think other people, I don't know. I kept on waiting for that moment at the end where I was like, is this going to make me cry? Am I supposed to have, like, some deep feeling with this? And I just didn't. I didn't understand what was going on. I was so confused. And to be honest with you, I was kind of just ready for it to be over. In fact, probably in the first, 30 minutes of it, I almost kind of dipped out and was like, I don't know. Like, I'm not into this movie. So let me tell you, and I have a lot of feelings about why this movie is #1 right now on Netflix. Okay, so this movie is about this woman. And when she wakes up, she lives in this apartment building, and she lives there with her son. And he is, in bed, and he wants to go outside and go swimming. I mean, you know the movie's called The Great Flood. You know it's about this flood that's coming and whatever. So you know that when he's like, I want to go outside and swim, you already know that there's water outside. I mean, you go into the movie knowing that, right? And so she wakes up and she's like, what? What are you talking about? Water. And so then it's like, all of a sudden she sees that it's been raining for days outside. The water is coming up. Mind you, they live on the 3rd floor, and she's looking out the window, and you can already see water in the distance, which she doesn't seem real shocked by at first. And I'm kind of like, I would be kind of panicked. Oh my God, there's water out there. And so anyway, they're doing this stuff in the kitchen, and the kid is asking her to look at this picture on that he drew for her, that he sent it to her phone because he drew it on her iPad or something like that. And she's irritated as hell with her kid. And he's like, mommy, and all this kind of stuff. And already I'm just real over it. Now, mind you, okay, and I know this is not a popular opinion, but the movie is supposed to be this undying love that she has for her child, the mother's love for a child, and that at the end, all we really have is our memories and things like that. Okay, this kid, to pick a character that you might want to, I don't know if they were trying to say, we're testing a mother's love, because the kid was real annoying. He was real annoying, and he constantly was disappearing from her side, and I understood there was a purpose for that in the movie, but even the first part in the apartment, he's running from her and he's spilling stuff. And I know that's kids. I get it, right? But I read online, somebody else said that they were like, the kid is so annoying. If somebody else thought it, I was like, okay, I'm not the only one that thought it. And she's real irritated with him. So then she talks to her mom, and her mom's like, the rain's coming, but we were going to bring you groceries next week. They're in the middle of a disaster, okay? And at this point, her mom had to have had some, she just woke up, but the mom has had to have seen the news or something, okay? So then she gets this phone call from this guy, okay? She literally lives in this real small apartment, and you just think she's she said something about I'll call in sick to work or something like that to I think a friend of hers or something on the phone. And, you think I was like, what does she do for a living, right? Well, then this guy calls her and he's like, okay, we're going to pick you up. Are you Dr. So-and-so? And she's like, yes, I'm the most famous doctor or researcher of AI in the world. She doesn't say that. But then he's like, okay, we're going to pick you and your son up on the roof. You must be saved at any expense. And so she's like, okay. So then she has to start packing a bag, and then the water starts coming in the windows and all this kind of stuff. I was real kind of in it at this part, right? Because I'm like, oh, yes. I love these disaster movies. Now, mind you, I read post-apocalyptic book series. I love them so much. I've watched every disaster movie. I know this is not zombies, but I love anything zombie. I love anything end of the world, anything disaster, anything apocalyptic. I love it, okay? Like, are they going to survive? Are they going to make it? Are they not going to make it? I love all that kind of stuff, right? Okay. This is not that. So... then it's her in this apartment building for like the next hour and 40 minutes, okay? And it's her in this constant in this apartment building. And I understand that this was all like, you find out about halfway through the movie that it's all simulation, okay? That's where it lost me. So the movie at the beginning of it is her trying to get to the top of the building with her son so this rescue helicopter can take them away, okay? Then there's this guy that works for this company and he's like supposed to get her out of there. Okay, now the rest of it, if you're gonna watch the movie, don't watch the rest of this review because it'll be spoiled for you, but I feel like I need to explain some of this. Okay. I was so confused. I felt so stupid in this movie. I felt like, is there like deeper purposes? And I don't understand what was going on. I was so confused. They're just running up and down these hallways. Rooms are exploding because of gas leaks. Water's flowing everywhere. She was in some car accident where her and her husband and her son were submerged, but you don't know if it's this son or who it is. And then she dove like 100 feet down to save her son from the clutches of his dad that was dead. And it constantly is referencing back to this car accident, but you don't ever find out anything really about the car accident that occurred. And then she's constantly like jumping off of balconies into the water. And I don't know. I thought the special effects were cool. This is what I was like a half an hour into it. And I thought this could have been done so much better. Like it could have been done so much better. And I just was so put out with it. In all honesty, I almost quit this movie so many times. If I wasn't going to do this review, I would have quit the movie, honestly. So it goes through this whole thing, and at the first whole part of it, like the first 30 to 40 minutes, it's her trying to get to the top of this apartment building, okay? Then she gets up there with the aid of this guy, and the guy is helping her, and you find out when he gets to the roof that he was abandoned by his mom, okay? So he's wanted to see what she's going to do, because her and this other research doctor... First of all, it makes no sense of this woman. Like, there's nothing about her that would make you think, oh, she's a research doctor that is, like, developed the most important AI in the entire world. Like, I don't know why she lives in this apartment. I don't know. Like, none of it makes sense, okay? Like, that she has developed the most intense technological AI in the entire world. Like, it just doesn't make sense, okay? Which, in the concept of the movie, it shouldn't make sense. But, like, when you're watching it, like, and I guess there's, like, different Easter eggs and stuff, like, you could figure it out. I don't know. I thought I was watching a disaster movie, okay? And I'm thinking, why does the world's most famous AI research doctor live in this shitty apartment? Like, that's what I was thinking. I didn't understand it, okay? So anyway, they get her to the roof after she saved her son like 100 times because he keeps on disappearing from her. And then the helicopter's there, and this guy is like, now, none of us are leaving, just you. And then she's like, my son, my son. Okay, but you can have him because I'm going to save my life. And so then you find out that her son's not like really a real son. Like, he's like an AI, like he's made like, you know, in a laboratory. And then like she developed the emotional response for like these fake humans, okay? And the world is coming to an end, and the disaster is going to end humanity, okay? So they got to shoot these people into outer space that are fake people, okay, to preserve humanity, and then we're going to bring these people from outer space back to Earth. Now, what I didn't understand about this concept was, it's really commentary on AI, but what I really didn't understand about this is, if you're going to shoot these fake people into outer space and bring them back to Earth to repopulate the Earth, why not just do that with real humans? Like, why not just pick, like, I don't know, 3 men and 3 women to repopulate the Earth? Why do we need to come up with fake humans? Like, I didn't understand that. It didn't make any sense to me. Like, when they're like, oh, we're making fake AI humans, and then they did years of research, okay, to come up with, like, this AI emotional effect that could, like, I know it's commentary on AI, but if the concept is that humanity is going to end because of the Great Flood, which incidentally occurred because an asteroid hit Antarctica and all the oceans are flowing over. If that's the reason why everybody's dying, it's not like everybody's dying because they have this internal sickness that's going to kill everybody. It's because of the flood, right? So why not just shoot 10 people into outer space, let them stay there until it's safe to come back to Earth? Like, it didn't make sense to me why we needed to come up with all these fake people, okay? Like, I didn't get it. So then she dies. They all die, okay? But this was the point where I was like, when you find out that it's fake, okay? And then she gets shot up into outer space. And then she's like, they're like, well, what are you going to do to come up with the emotional response for the baby? And she's like, I'm going to make the mother. And then she's like, if I make the mother and the mother's emotional, then she'll have an emotional connection to the baby. Okay. And then I'm like, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. Okay. So then she wakes up again and she's back in the apartment and this guy's calling her. Well, the guy keeps on talking about, the guy that's saving her, he keeps on talking about how he was abandoned by his mom. So I am like, Shirley, and don't call me Shirley Brown. I am like, Shirley, this guy is like her son all grown up. Okay. But that was never part of the movie. It would have been fantastic. It would have been a perfect ending to the movie, but they didn't include that in the movie. It wasn't, that was Peter's rewriting of the movie. Did anybody else think that the guy was going to be her son grown up? Like, was I the only one? So then she comes back, okay? And he keeps on calling her, like, research subject 705. And she never had this t-shirt on before. But this time she got, well, I didn't notice if she did, but this time she got a t-shirt on that says 705. They, like, zero in on it, okay? And so then the next time it says, like, 1242. And so she's going through all these simulations. And you realize real quick, like, it's her going through the simulations to have this emotional attachment as a mother. She's trying to develop the emotional response of what a mother would really do in a situation like that. And they wouldn't leave their child behind in the Great Flood. I don't know that the emotional response would be having the most annoying kid in the world, okay? I think there were some parents that might be like, my life, the most annoying. I'm just saying, okay? It's a movie. So anyway, by the end of it, this gal, I mean, I think her number was like 1,400,000. And she had done this simulation so many. By the end of it, this is where you just fucking lost. They're like assassins shooting guns across from apartment complexes. Then you find out that this building is like 100 buildings. It's just like, it reminded me of that movie Cube back in the day. Do you remember that movie? Made me nervous as hell just watching it. Then it starts, and it's like the building is no longer a building. It's like this AI simulation stuff that goes away, like all computer graphics. And then it's like she's running, and then she just stops. And then at the end, it's just her and her son, and she saves him, and he's hiding in this closet or something. I don't know. I was so lost. I was so lost in this movie. It made me feel so dumb. And by the end of it, and she's like, oh, but you were in the closet all along. And then he's like, because she's a bad mom. He told her, time one, I sent you the picture on your phone. So finally, she looks through all these pictures, okay? At the, like, 20th time, 20,000th time, she's like, oh, I should look at my phone because he sent me this picture that he drew. And the picture is her standing there with the helicopter behind her, and she rolls through them, and there's like 20,000 of them because he's done it every single time she's done it. But she don't love her kid enough to even look at her phone when he sent her a picture because she's a bad mom, okay? And then she's like, I failed you because I didn't look at your picture. And he's like, Mom, it's okay. It's okay. We're going to survive. And then she's like, no, let's run for it. Do you want to swim? And then he jumps into the ocean, and then she's captured by these assassins, and then she breaks free, and they jump into the water together. The wave comes over. And then really, I guess what it's about is that all we are is memories. Is that it? I don't know. It was bad. Listen, give me a good Earthquake, 1976, okay, where people are like, oh my God, the Earth is going to open it up. This was too much, okay? It tried to attempt so many things. And listen, I love a good intellectual movie, okay? I do. But I don't like when it's so intellectual that I feel stupid, okay? And I'm like, is there meaning there? Is there meaning there? And then there was like this old couple, and she was like in this wheelchair, and her husband was like feeding her when the great wave came and like killed them and stuff like that. But they knew they were going to die. She didn't know she was going to die, but they knew they were going to die and stuff like that. And all I could think of was Titanic. Do you remember that old couple in the bed in Titanic? Titanic, that was a good disaster movie. I was sad though, wasn't it? But anyway, this movie is so bad. It is The Great Flood. And oh, this is my theory on why it's #1 on Netflix, okay? Because everybody was waiting. So everybody wanted to watch a family movie together, like a disaster movie. So they released this movie, you know, like right in time for Christmas. But what's everybody waiting for? The second installment of the Stranger Things show, right? Okay. So while they're waiting for that, everybody's sitting around, they're like, oh, let's watch a disaster movie. Why not The Great Tide or The Great Flood? I'll tell you why, because it sucked. It was bad. It was so, honey, it was bad. Don't waste your time. I'm telling you right now. Watch that K-pop Demons. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you watch this movie, let me know what you think. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.